PIMfluencer, the podcast for digital product experiences.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the PIMfluencer podcast. This is a podcast where we delve into the world of product information management and explore some real-life success stories. I'm your host, Cullen Walsh, sales representative here at Contentserv. Today, we have our special guest from Specialized, Adam Newton, joining us for the episode titled Achieving Data Success, Specialized in Contentserv. So I just want to say welcome, Adam. And maybe if you could just please provide a short introduction, that would be great. Some of your background with Specialized.
Awesome. Thanks, Cullen. I'm Adam Newton. I'm an associate product manager at Specialized, and I manage our PIM system. As for Specialized, we design, manufacture, and sell high-quality bikes, accessories, and apparel for all types of riders. And we sell those products worldwide and both online and in stores.
Great. Thank you, Adam, for the introduction and background there. It's really great to have you here, and thank you for joining us. So yeah, let's dive into our discussion here. So to start, maybe Adam, if you could just please give us maybe a short rundown of the situation before implementing Contentserv there at Specialized, and then maybe if you could shed a little light on how you were maintaining that product content and digital assets.
Yeah, so we had a homegrown PIM system that I believe was built and was around for about 15 years. And that was used for storing and enriching our product data. And it met our needs for a really long time, but we were definitely outgrowing it. It was pretty rigid and yeah, just not flexible enough to really adapt to how our business was changing or the needs of our upstream and downstream integrations.
I see. Thank you, Adam. It definitely sounds like managing that product information and digital assets in that way must have been quite a challenge. And it's definitely, understandable that without a centralized system, keeping everything consistent, that must have been pretty tough. So maybe if you could share a little bit about how you got your product data into various sales channels early on, and maybe what the processes for data storage, some of the tools you were using to do that looked like previous to implementing Contentserv.
Yeah. So yeah, everything was managed and stored in this PIM system, but getting data out of it to our downstream partners was very manual. And we also didn't really have a great way to segment those catalogs. So, we have a B2C site, a B2B site, we have retailers, we have a whole bunch of different channels. And that'll kind of be a trend going forward in our discussion today. But we didn't have a great way of managing that catalog. We had one set of data, and we essentially had to manually pick and choose to get that data out to each one of those channels. So moving that data was extremely manual. And as I said, with the platform being a bit rigid, as data needs changed, updating that data, updating new fields, things like that in a bulk manner was relatively difficult because we had to write some pretty heavy custom jobs to do that. So it just wasn't flexible.
I see. Thank you, Adam. Yeah, that definitely sounds quite labor intensive. And it's clear that there was a lot of effort that was required going into maintaining that product data and accuracy of that data across the multiple platforms, and then sharing it out to your various sales channels. So definitely insightful there. If there was one thing that stood out more than the others as in terms of pain points, do you have any insight on that?
I'd say it'd be a toss-up between managing those different catalogs and importing data updates. I don't have a key figure for measuring how bad those pain points were, but ever since we've made the move to Contentserv and we can do those things, we've saved Specialized employees thousands of hours each year since we've moved.
Wow. Thank you, Adam, for that. And yeah, it's definitely substantial time savings, and it just must have had a great impact or significant positive impact on your overall efficiency there. So very insightful. Moving on to the decision-making process that went into eventually choosing Contentserv, was there anything that made us stand out from maybe some of the other providers on the market, maybe some key differentiators that really stood out to you all?
I think it was the flexibility of your platform while still maintaining a relatively rigid data model. See it, with your platform, we now have the flexibility to have a high level product catalog that we can split out into channels, and all of the changes that we make to the products in that product catalog trickle down to those channels. So we can manage everything in one place and then send it out to a bunch of different places, and we can be confident that our data integrity is good and that our products are appearing as they should. And also the ability to pretty quickly, often without any coding involved, build custom imports to update a new field in bulk that we add. That's pretty amazing. It's definitely not something we could do before.
That's great to hear, Adam. It's great to hear that Contentserv has been able to provide the flexible and comprehensive solution that you all were looking for. So we're definitely really happy to hear that. Are there any other systems that you all are using that Contentserv interacts with or communicates with maybe on a daily basis in your digital landscape?
Yeah, so we've got 2 upstream data sources from our product line management systems, and then we have downstream integrations with our app team, with our B2C site, with our B2B site, and with retailer systems as well. So we're pretty integral in our ecosystem.
Thanks for outlining that. Were there any substantial increases in sales across the channels you were syndicating that product information and assets out to post-implementation?
In our ecosystem, we're a little probably further removed than some PIM systems from the point of sale. That said, what I can comment on is that our product launches have continually seen lower and lower lead times. So we're getting products into our system and getting them out to our downstream systems much more quickly, and that quickness is only increasing every year.
That's great. Thanks for sharing that, Adam. And looking ahead, what are some of the goals for Specialized in the next maybe 6 to 12 months in terms of leveraging Contentserv and just enhancing your product data management processes overall? Are there any specific goals for you all?
Yeah, so we're looking to further leverage the translation manager in Contentserv. We've got a bit of an initiative to just get everything in our catalog translated in 20 plus languages for all of our markets. So we've had pretty good coverage on that, but there have been some holes. So we're trying to get that all updated. And then we're also, I don't know how far we'll get on this, but we have a plan to look at all of our segmented exports that go out to all these different places and try to start finding ways to get them closer together. So eventually we can start providing one singular feed out of our system that any of our systems can ingest and that will power all of them. It's a big ask, but it's something we're starting to look at.
See, that's great. And it sounds like definitely some ambitious and exciting goals for you all. And just finishing off, I know this ties a little bit into the last question, but are there any new products or services that you all are really excited about? And maybe if you could share any exciting initiatives you guys have planned in the near future at Specialized, that would be great.
I don't have too much outside of what I've already mentioned. We have been taking a look at y'all's new acquisition shopping feeds, and we're excited to see what y'all do with that. That's definitely something that I'm excited about.
Great. Thank you, Adam, for sharing that. And we're definitely excited as well. And it sounds like your proactive approach to leveraging Contentserv's capabilities to enhance Specialized product data management processes basically across the board is really exciting and inspiring. And it's been a real pleasure having you on the show today, Adam. So thank you again for joining.
Yeah, thanks, Cullen. It was great to be here.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, Adam, for the feedback and for sharing everything that you shared today with us. And to our listeners, thank you all for joining us again for another episode of PIMfluencer Podcast. Stay tuned for the next episode for more real-world success stories and insights from the world of product information management. So until next time, thank you again.
This was PIMfluencer, the podcast for digital product experiences. More information can be found on www.contentserv.com.